we know it. I need to show you by some diagrams. So I don't have anything to write on except this, so I might need to come a bit closer, if that's okay. Is that okay? Is here okay? But will you be able to see if I'm...
No, closer.
Bit closer.
Back here?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So, we've got planet Earth now, right? But it wasn't always like that, okay? So there was once a planet, this is a planet, called Planet Water. Okay, can you see that? Planet Water. Okay, so and it was just like a big planet just of water, alright? So water that we know, so like a big ball of water, alright? Okay, so this is Planet Water, right? And then we have another planet called Planet Earth. And this was like all the like earthy, like soily, like messy stuff that we know now, okay? So like that's Planet Earth, okay? And they were like just floating around one day. And they met, okay, they met, and they went on a date. They went to this bar called Bar Galaxy, right, and they just went there and they just had a great time. And they just hit it off, and they just fell in love. And so Planet Earth and Planet Water just fell in love, and it was really, really nice in Bar Galaxy, and it was really hot. So right, so Planet Earth and Planet Water. Then we're like, do you know what? This is really great. Why don't we just stay together? It was really nice. So then they just roamed the universe together, and they were kind of like this together like that, and they kind of looked like the MasterCard advert, like just like gelled a little bit, like just floating around like earth and water, just having a great time. But one day they had this horrible, horrible argument. It's really sad, so be a bit sad about that. A bit sad. Yeah, really sad. So they had a really big argument, and they had a really big fight, and the fight caused them to have this big, like they were just like, oh, I'm so angry with you, but obviously they were just floating around together, and they couldn't like merge from together, so they just ended up colliding together, and so they ended up having this collision, and they were just like, oh, and so then they decided, well, they were just earth and water and just like merging together, and they just were really annoyed at themselves, and so they couldn't get away from each other. They decided on this like marriage between the two of them, and then they'd had this argument, they were stuck together, like it was horrible. And then they were like, well, we've got to call ourselves something now because we can't get apart from each other. So they had a game of rock, paper, scissors, which Earth won, so they decided to call it Earth. So that's why it's Earth that we know. So it's a merge of like Earth and water. So then they're going around a bit like we know it now, like that's Earth now, because he won at a game of rock, paper, scissors, so he called it Earth. So this is our Earth that we know. But so then Earth that we know is like floating around, but like it just doesn't really work very well, because obviously they were married and they had a big argument, and now they're just living in the same place as each other, like all the time, and it's been going on for quite some years now. So Water's getting really annoyed at this. You know, they're just this coexistence in the same place doesn't really work for him. So he's starting up global warming as like a way to kind of just like fight back and like cover the Earth with all of his stuff. That's it.
Sweet.